Hello and welcome to the Office Center channel. On this channel, I'll be covering beginner tutorials for Microsoft Excel. So, if you want to learn Excel from scratch, or you're looking to deepen your skills or knowledge about Microsoft Excel, I hope this channel can help you. In this video, I'll be explaining Microsoft Excel from the beginning. I hope this video can help those of you who really want to learn Microsoft Excel from scratch. Okay, so let's get right to it. When you open the Microsoft Excel application, this is what the initial screen looks like for the computer or laptop version. So here, I'll be discussing the Microsoft Excel version for computers or laptops, not the mobile or other versions. Just a quick note, I'm using Microsoft Excel 2016. So, if your version is older or a newer release, the interface might look a little different. However, the menus, I'm sure, will be more or less the same. So, let's dive right into today's video. I'm going to cover in detail what features Microsoft Excel has, how to use Microsoft Excel, and the definitions of terms within Microsoft Excel, such as what a row is, what a column is, and so on. So, this is what the initial view looks like when you open the Microsoft Excel application. Several tutorials are also available here that might be useful for you, such as the Power Query tutorial, Pivot Table, and others. Additionally, there are several templates available here that you can choose from. For example, if you want to create a chart, graph, or for other business needs. There are several template menu options here that you can click through later. Perhaps to make the tutorial simpler, this time I'll choose the blank workbook first. A blank workbook is a simple, empty initial sheet. Okay, I'll select this. Now a view like this will appear. To make it clearer, I'll try to zoom in a little so the display is larger. So I'll start with a few things. The first is, I want to explain first that in Microsoft Excel there are different tabs. So the tab is like this. Maybe the display is a bit small, but I'll read it out. Here we have Home, Insert, Draw, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, and others. So this is called a tab. So in Microsoft Excel, there are different tabs. So each of those tabs has a menu. For example, when you click Home, it will appear like this. If you click Insert, the appearance will be different. That thing is called the ribbon. The ribbon contains a collection of several groups. Inside those groups are things like clipboard, then font, alignment, number, styles, and others. So here, there are many menus which we will discuss separately later. But I will first explain what the structure of Microsoft Excel is like. It consists of tabs, and when you click a tab, there is what's called the ribbon. If you look here, there are different sections. Then here you have tables and illustrations. Those are called groups. Now, there are many buttons that you can click here. For example, if you move your pointer here, there's a small gray color. Well, that means when you click there, the button will become active according to its respective function. Next, I want to discuss what are called rows, columns, cells, and ranges. So the first is, in Microsoft Excel, there's something called a column. So a column looks like this. Here's a column. A column goes from top to bottom, descending or vertically. This is called a column. There's column A, column B, column C, column D, and so on. If you scroll to the right, it can go all the way to the letter Z. After the letter Z, it will start again from AA, so it's like that. So that's what's called a column. Therefore, a column can consist of a single column, or maybe 4 columns, for instance. That would mean column A through D. Next, I'll also discuss the term called row. So the horizontal part that goes from left to right, is called a row. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and so on. So these are columns and these are rows. The symbol for a column is always a letter, for example, column A. column B, column C. So for columns, there are no column 1, column 2, or column 3, whereas a row is always represented by a number. For example, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 7, row 11, and others. Now, a row is never in the form of row A, B, or C, okay? Now that you know about columns and rows, you can also click one of the small boxes here. For example, if I click here, it means I am clicking one cell, or activating one Microsoft Excel cell. A cell has a name. For instance, the cell is, like the one I'm clicking here, this means it's cell A1, because it is the intersection of column A and row 1. This is called cell A1. If you click here, this is cell D3. It also appears here referring to the name box. Now, that's what's called a cell. So, that cell, wherever you click one like this, is called a cell. One more thing you need to know or understand is the range. So a range is a collection of several different cells. For example, if I click like this is called a range because it consists of more than one cell, like that. So this is called a range, which is named A1 through D7. So this is A1 to D7. That's what a range is called. So more or less, that's what a row, column, cell, and range are. Next, I'll also tell you about something else. There's something here called a sheet. So one Microsoft Excel page like this is called one sheet or one spreadsheet. You can see there's a plus button down here. If you click it, it will open a new sheet. Let's say it's named Sheet 2. So this is called a spreadsheet or Sheet 1, and this is a different sheet called Sheet 2. You can right-click on this and rename it. For example, its name is New Sheet. And this one, we'll name it Sheet 1. You can do that too. Okay, then in the bottom right corner here, you can check. There's something called Zoom. You can use this zoom to magnify or reduce the display of your Microsoft Excel screen. This allows you to adjust it to be more appropriate and suitable for your preference. All right then, we'll start right away by typing or inputting data in Microsoft Excel. So for example, let's say I want to create inventory data for a school. Here I'm typing outstanding school inventory vacío, for instance. Then here you might write item name. And what else? Maybe remaining stock, right? Perhaps unit price. Something like this is an example. You can see here that if you type something too long, or if the text is longer than the column width, it will be cut off or truncated. For example, some letters aren't visible. This happens because they are covered by the next cell. You don't need to worry about that. If this happens, you can fix it by changing the column width. So, if you move the pointer to this area or to the line between the column headers, your pointer will change its shape. The shape will change to a line with a double-headed arrow, a vertical line with a horizontal arrow on each side. If you click and drag this, you can change your column's width. You can set the size to whatever you like. The same applies to the other columns as well. You can drag and adjust them. Or if you click here and then double-click when the pointer has that arrow shape, it will automatically auto-fit the column width to the content. That's how to change the column size. The rows are similar. If you move the pointer to the line between the row headers, the pointer will change to that shape, a horizontal line with a vertical arrow on each side. You can drag this to your desired height, pulling it down or up. Or if you double-click it, the row height will be auto-fit automatically. There is one more thing I want to discuss in this video. For example, let's say I write pencil here, then pen, and then erases, but with a typo. I forgot the R in eraser, for example. There's a difference between a single click and a double click. Clicking the mouse once on a cell is called activating the cell or selecting the cell. But if you double-click it, a blinking cursor will appear. That means you are now in the edit mode to change the content or data within that cell. For example, like this, you can type, delete, and correct the text. So a single click activates the cell, and a double click allows you to edit the cell's contents. Well, that's a brief initial discussion of Microsoft Excel. If you like this very basic content, which is designed to help you understand and master Excel from the beginning, I will create the next part. Alright, that's all for this video. Hopefully you can try this out right away. Like this video if you enjoyed it, comment if you have any suggestions or feedback. And don't forget to subscribe if you want other tutorials. See you in the next video. Thank you.